Okay, so once you've got your 8 self-portraits and you have edited them using corrections, using color and artistic effects, what we're going to do now is we're going to start to kind of manipulate them further and just create something a bit more interesting than just a change in the color, change in the contrast, etc. I'll show you some examples of what I've done. So here's some examples. So I've done various things with these which I want to go through. One is to take the background out of one of the images and put it on top of another. One is that I've used half of another image and dragged it over the top of that one to create a two color effect through the center there, just above my eye level. I've done the same here, down slightly down, almost down the center in the vertical direction, and I've also played with the same thing where I've cut out my kind of face here and put it onto another image, and then I've used the top half of this image into this one to create this effect. I've also done something similar there, so I'll show you how to do that. I've also used the crop tool, only the crop tool, to produce these 8 images as well. I'll also show you how to do that in this video. So first of all, I'll show you how to create this image here. So for this one, what I did was, first of all, take my original image, and then I've copied and pasted it. And while it's been copied and pasted, what I've done is double click on it, bring up your editing tools for format picture tools, and then first of all I'm going to remove the background. When you click on remove background, it will try to do that on its own, and you can see it will do it fairly well. If you adjust this this square here, you can see that affects the amount of background that it gets rid of. You can see if I mess around with that. Actually, I want to leave in part of this background here. You can click on mark areas to remove. So if I click on there and I just drag my line over there like that, that will make that disappear. If you click on mark areas to keep, then it will keep some of that area as well, and it will select kind of some of that color there, or sometimes all of that color, because it works on the fact that it's looking for similar colors. But you can play with that as much as you want. You can have the whole of the face, or you can have part of your background or part of your shoulders, or whatever you want. It's completely fine. And when you're happy with what you got, and click keep changes, you can see that it has actually just got rid of most of the background. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to place it over the top of another image, exactly in the same spot as where that is. Now that I'm quite happy with that. It works quite well. It probably work a little bit better if I just undo that, put it back, copy and paste that on the more extreme, or the image is more extreme backgrounds. You can see that stands out a lot more. It has more of an effect than this image here, because that image there, in fact, I'm going to move that onto one of the other faces. Yep, something like that. So that's one thing you can do, is you can copy and paste the image and remove the background. Double click on it again. Again, you can go into color. I can change the color of that. I quite like that. I quite like that yellow on there. So you can still manipulate that image. What you might have trouble is, you might have trouble selecting the image behind. What you'll have to do is move that to the side slightly, and then click on the image behind. Or if you wanted to, you could crop. So if you go to crop, you could now crop that image down a little bit more, and then it will allow you to select the background. There you go, because it won't be in the way. Okay, because they are separate layers. Obviously, that's my face there is on top of the orange layer behind it. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing that I showed you was to create these kind of half images, these cropped images. So I'll show you how to do that. So if I take the orange background there, double click on it, crop, it's very easy. Just be careful where you're cropping. I wouldn't crop, you can if you want to, it's up to you, but I'm not going to crop across my eyes. I'm going to do that so my eyes are still intact, and you can see that when I've put that orange layer over the top, I quite like that actually, but I'm actually going to bring my my face forward. So I did that, okay, by right clicking on this area here and then bring to front. You can obviously send to back as well, so you can bring things backwards and forwards using the right click. Another example would be vertical. Just do it the other way. So double click on the image, go to crop. I'm going to crop it down, center of my nose there. And you can see that PowerPoint helps me put that in position because it kind of clicks or sticks to the edges of the image. If you wanted to, obviously you can zoom in, so you can see a little bit. If you're slightly out, then obviously what you can do, you can move it around. So zooming into your image might help as well to see what you're doing. Really nice. I like that. I like the fact that it's not quite in the right place, and you can see that line, that white line as well. So on purpose, I'm going to move that slightly to the left there, and we're starting to get some really interesting compositions with our images. So with just the remove background tool and just the crop tool, and by manipulating by bring to front and send to back, creating layers, we can create some really nice, striking and interesting images. So that's the second kind of phase of your album cover manipulation or creation.